I would actually say that the opposite is true. It's good to rethink your principles after some while, especially when events like the war in Ukraine happens. But when we take the dependency on Russian oil and gas as a starter, we see that now that we have not only harmed our universe by burning Russian fossil fuels, we actually also financed the Russian army. And if we replace Russia by other countries who are not far beyond Russia when it comes from an ESG perspective, I do not believe that this is going to help us in an overall longer time perspective. Instead, it shows us that we have been too slow and we should speed up the transition and be even more accurate when it comes which are the sources for the future ahead of us. When it comes to nuclear energy, the picture was also mixed before the Ukrainian war. So when we look at the European taxonomy, we see that nuclear energy under certain circumstances is labeled as green. This was already defined before the war happened. And if we do not only focus on the ecological side of the story, where the disposal of waste is not yet resolved, and purely on the economic side, it's still very questionable if this is the choice of the future. If we look at solar energy prices, wind energy prices, they're all declining, whereas major nuclear power plants like Hinkley Point in England, the costs are increasing. So we are now staying at 40% cost increase since the beginning of the project, and also the duration till the project is finished is increasing. So it's now taking 10 years longer than initially expected. And the last topic, the weapon industry, they are now somehow regarded as the guardians of the democracy and liberty and so on. But we should not forget that those companies are not only selling their products to pure democratic countries, also to other countries. And unlike an insurance company, where the insurance company is happy when you never use your insurance policy, they have their incentive that you actually once in some time use the weapon so they can produce more. And therefore, I do not see out of these three topics any reason why we should change our ESG strategy at the moment being. I would say you first need supply in order to create demand. If you think back about the very first iPhone, before Steve Jobs introduced the iPhone, no one was asking for it because no one knew that it's available. And the same holds true for ESG investments. If you are not offering to clients, how can they ever buy it? And we have a very concrete example in Slovakia where our colleagues launched the first ESG fund last year. It was one of the most successful fund launches ever. So it first comes supply and then comes the demand for sure.